everyone. Welcome to the 50th anniversary celebration and grand reopening of the Iselin Branch Libraries. My name is Monica Eppinger, and I'd like to thank you all for coming out. I'm the library director. I have with me all of our board of trustees. Peg Meyerowitz, right here. Got Anthony Terabatsky, Ed Mullen.
Where's Ray?
Carol Everhart. Razor Pole has come and left. He's gone. And I'd like to thank all the board members for coming. The board members have been very supportive of this project and have done this for you. Today we have with us Mayor McCormick. He's going to cut the ribbon for us on the building.
Oh, go to Peg first.
All right, I guess we'll talk with you first for a minute. We also have council members here with us. We have Councilman Veer Patel. We have Debbie Meehan. We have Nancy Drum. Thank you so much, all of you. Give a round of applause for everyone who's come out. So I'm going to, Councilman Patel, would you like to say a few words?
Thank you all for being part of this process. Really great thing, you know. This library, I think, was built about 50 years ago, and it was one of the greatest gifts we could get as the Iselin town, you know. So I'd like to thank our township for that. And I think most of you have used it. Actually, I use myself. Right across from here, I used to stay there in 83, 84. And I remember I used to sit down in the corner and do all the homework. So I use personally myself this library, you know. It is one of the nicest and the finest designed library you can see it, because you know it's steering very well lit by the natural light. And I'd like to congratulate all the residents who are being part of this. That we have again, you know, we have I think 4 libraries, right? And it's really, we are lucky to have these 4 libraries. We all have to work hard to keep them alive, keep them nice and good shape. I'd like to also thank our mayor, you know, and all our council for being so supportive. And let me tell you, I have met Wendy Rottweiler, you know, she's the head of this library. She has worked really hard, I'm telling you. I was there for so many times. We met her, and she made sure everything go really good. So put our hands together for Wendy, you know. So probably a great job. Even putting the books, you know, it's really hard to get all the ads and put them together, and she did fantastic, great job. So congratulations, everyone. Thank you thank you one more time. Have a happy summer to every one of you. Thank you.
I'd like to ask for a round of applause for Wendy Rottweiler, who's really been the project manager, and her staff, really been the project manager on this job. Wendy, would you like to say a few words?
I'll make it really quick. Thank you to all of Iselin. You are the best patrons. Sorry, the rest of the other 9 towns. But you're the best patrons, and part of what makes this such a wonderful library to work at. I want to thank Councilman Patel, who really shook down the community for the ads. Loved it. And did a great job with that. Want to say that today we have programs going on all day until close. We have musical performances, dance performances. We have raffles going on all day. And at 7 o'clock we're having an author. And following that we're having appetizers until we close. So you can go, but please come back. Also, this is the kickoff for our summer reading programs. We have an adult summer reading club, teen summer reading club, children's summer reading club. So sign up today and have fun all summer. Also want to thank Monica for pushing this project forward and for all your support, and for the trustees for being so enthusiastic about this project. The Friends of the Library, especially for our beautiful program that they made possible, the Library Foundation, the mayor, and also all of the staff of the whole library system that came out to help us, and also for the Iselin staff and the maintenance staff who really busted their bottoms getting us ready for today. I have, excuse me, hon, could you bring me that basket, please? I have T-shirts for some people here. You may have seen some of the staff and volunteers wearing them. They say, "This is my happy place, Iselin Branch Library," on the sleeve. I have one for the mayor.
Oh boy.
Yeah, another T-shirt. One for you, Monica.
Thank you.
One for you, Peg. And for Councilman Patel.
Okay.
Thank you all.
Wait, Wendy, come right back. Come back. We have a little presentation made for you. KG and I have made a plaque for your staff to put up in the branch. It's presented to Wendy Rottweiler, Amira El Bayar, Jennifer Cole, Kieran Dabodev, Imam Hassan, Rachel Kravitz, and Carol Tom for your dedication in making the Iselin Branch Library's 50th anniversary a success.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
And now it's my privilege to introduce Mayor McCormick.
Thank you very much. Is this a celebration or a wake? We're supposed to be celebrating 50 years of the Iselin Library. Yes. I want to say I used this library when I was a kid too, like Vero, except a lot longer ago, because I'm a lot older than Vero, but I went to school in St. Cecilia's right down the street. 200 kids in a grade, 8 grades, and our library was about the size of that tent. So we spent an awful lot of time coming up to the Iselin Library here and doing our homework and studying and back looking up things, and things used to be called encyclopedias. All you young kids, you don't know what that means, but we used to get these big, giant books, encyclopedias. There was one big one I remember my parents bought, and then of course you had the salesman come around and try to sell you all the different chapters, and it was really a struggle back then to study and do homework. Now you guys just go online, flick a switch, and you got your whole term paper written, right? No. Those were the days back then when you really had to work hard to study hard. But anyway, I want to say congratulations. I think Monica has done a tremendous job since taking over the whole library system. I want to thank the board. This is a non-paid board. They just come out because of their love for helping our community and helping our township, and we really appreciate the job they've done. Our council, which is fully supportive, we do fund our libraries through the town budget, and we continue to do that. We actually fund much higher than the minimum because we believe in the strong library system, and we want it to keep going. And we have Woodbridge, Fords, Colonia, and Iselin now, and they're all doing great, even a small one over in Seymour that we try to help out. So the libraries are alive and well in Woodbridge Township, thanks to the people behind me here. So thank you all for doing that. And if I could just have a picture here of me presenting Monica with this proclamation. All right, we come down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Congratulations. I'm checking out a book, a novel by James Patterson, one of my favorite authors, The President is Missing. I was actually in Washington, D.C. last night, and we took the train home this morning watching the Yankee game, and I looked for this book in the train station, and I couldn't find it, and I bought a different James Patterson. I think it's called Private Paris. But anyway, I love James Patterson. I wanted to read this book, and now I'm going to, thanks to the Iselin Library.